Okay, we're live. Okay, let me post this link over here. Copy. One moment here. It takes a moment to get stuff set up. There. Okay, there's that part. So there's a link posted in the YouTuber coin community. You can get over there and sign in. I don't know if it'll work. Let me post that other thing because there's a couple of links here. And I gotta go here and copy. Share the permanent link. Let me copy that. There's two links. Also try this. There, one of those might actually get somebody in here. I don't know. All right, now I got to find the page on YouTube so I can actually see if people are here and if they're watching it, if they're commenting. Okay, let's try this one. New channel. Why is it going to be so complex? Oh, there it is. 7 watching. There's 7 people watching, it says. All right, we're getting over there. Okay, let me pause that. Oh, let's see. There's Gav Zero, Coin Dragon, Sin Delicious, Mini Moo, Mini Me, Mini Moo. Come in, yeah, throw things around the room. There's Les, Victoria. How are you? Okay, we're trying to get back into the routine of things. All right, let me close that. I think we're there. Look, I got mail. Yep. This is how big my mailbox is. Can you tell? Yeah, the mailman, he'll take whatever I got and find a way to fold it. Yeah, somebody's going to have to ship me some bricks, you know, good 9 inches. Yeah. Can you imagine living in that place? You can't say anything. I've been to New York City. I've been to, Boston, Indianapolis. Philly's a neat town. I don't know how you can cram so many people into such a small space and expect they're all going to get along, but they seem to be pretty friendly places, I suppose. Whoa, chat went all cattywampus. Well, you hit the cattywampus free zone here. All right, let's look at this. I got so much stuff here. I can't find some stuff I got to find. That's really disturbing me. What do you got here? It's a heritage auction. There. Get back over here. I'm not ready. Look at this. It's the heritage auction. Can you imagine living in a place like this where you got, building after building after building after Jesus? Hope they got a couple extra bathrooms in that place. Yeah. Honking the horns, people screaming, thumping above you. You can have that. Oh my God, look at this stuff. Oh, you should see this stuff. It's beautiful. Oh, here comes a Humbert dollar. Look at this. That's a Humbert dollar coming up for sale. Oh, don't knock that thing. Yeah, it's octagonal. 1851, $50, lettered edge. 880,000 produced. It's an AU58, PCGS, and CAC. And what do you suppose that'll go for? 350,000. Dale Friend collection's coming up. What's this stuff? Oh man, look at the Alan V. Weinberg collection, part 2. Look, James Polk Peace Medal. Yeah, if you got one of those, you're gonna be happy. Yeah, this is what's coming up in the Heritage Auction on Platinum Night, August 13. We can't see it. August 13 to 2019 in Chicago, live and online. You can bid on this stuff starting anytime now. June 24. Yes, next month. Months after. What's this? Dear ANA member, we look forward to welcoming you to ANA World's Fair of Money on August 13 to 17, 2019 in Chicago, in Rosemont area. A hotbed of numismatics. From a World Columbian Exposition to a virtual brand and the famous Chicago Coin Club. This year marks the 52nd time since 1980 that the ANA has joined with Heritage Auctions, an official auctioneer for the ANA live auction. Yeah, all right. That's from Click. That's neat. We'll have to look at that. But I got something from Trey, and I got something from Hoogie. Well, good. Hoogie sends the best stuff. And I got something from HughesNet. Man, I've never seen a company so eager to get me to sign up for TV. They don't know me, I guess. They spend probably, $5, $6 a week just trying to get me to, watch TV. We got, BAM is having a good sale on some portable buildings. This would be nice. You put like a fire pit in there. These are neat. Put your mother in something like that. Just lock the door, cover the whole thing with concrete. That'd be good. 15% off steel buildings. Ooh, I would like about a 40 by 100-foot steel building, 2 stories. It would fit perfectly up here in the southeast corner. And I got the advertiser. All right, great. Put that in there. Let's find that cutter and open up some packages. Who needs TV when you have coin videos instead? You're darn right. Seriously, I had TV back in 2002. Yeah, but it was stolen TV. Anyway, my girlfriend at the time had to watch the Olympics. We have to watch the Olympics. And being kind of handy, I was able to get cable TV. But the cable TV company is equally handy. This is 2001. That's right. Yeah, the cable TV company is equally handy. And they were able to discover that somewhere in my building, the line was spliced. Well, it must have been somebody before I moved in, because it surely wasn't me. And we proved that in court. The whole case was thrown out. And driving home, that's when the planes crashed into the Trade Center. That's how I know it was 2001. Okay, let me see if we have that. Okay, we got the link for this chat, for this Hangout, is up in the YouTuber Coin Community group. And I could probably show that. Here's the screen. YouTuber Coin Community group. There it is. So if you wanted to join, just click. Well, try clicking this one. If that doesn't work, try clicking the bottom one. But that's in the YouTuber Coin Community group. And the whole idea is, well, the people that are in there would be able to access this. People can see that. All right, let's see. Because we've had the worst time with fun people coming in. Okay, let's see. There's home. We're going to open this up. It's from Hoogie. So anyway, they ended up taking away all the cable that would possibly be spliced. All right. They didn't know me that well. So I had no TV. But that's okay. There's 50 people in the apartments, and they all got video. Remember that? We had videotapes. We could borrow movies. You still can, just they're not usually on videotape. It's to Professor PV. And this is going to be packing material. And it goes in this big box back here. So anyway, there's 2 TVs. I think 3 TVs in the house at the time. I got 2 bedrooms, 3 TVs. That's the way it works. I never watched the damn thing. Plus, the computer had a card so I could watch TV there. Well, okay. I never watched the thing anyway, but my girlfriend had to watch the Olympics, which is, I got 2 bedrooms, 3 TVs. What's that noise? I think somebody just joined. If you do join the chat here, you find this. Make sure you turn down your, that's Google. Turn down your YouTube page. Okay, where's this? No. Wait a minute, I'm onto it. There, is that it?
It's me.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
He's in the dark. I was just telling a story about cable TV. We are off the air. I'm off the air, telling people I'm off the air. Does that make any sense? Where we lost Cindy? Let me find out. Go here live. Are we live? Because I don't know if I'm live. You're not off. Okay. Well, we lost Cindy. Gosh darn it. Okay. So I got no TV. I ended up telling the girlfriend to pack her trash. She says, "Where am I supposed to go?" What? Didn't you hear me? Oh, just lost Cindy. She'll be back, we hope. Add another monitor so you don't get confused. I need to. I did find the laptop. I moved it to a place where I wouldn't lose it this time, hopefully. Look, it's another grandmother card. We got teacups. Huh?
Ken hung
Bread shaped like spoons. There she is. I told you she'd be back. So anyway, I moved out because I bought a house. And free rent didn't do me any good. I was a manager of that place. It's a 1913. Oh, look at this. Hey, look, Hoogie has inserts for his flips now. Of course, it's a toy. It's a craft. It's a it's a nutcracker, and it's a 1913 Type 1 Buffalo nickel. It's a beauty. We better get in there and have a look at that. Where's that darn scope? So I move into the house, right? It's a fixer-upper. Later on, a tree fell on it, which, just wrecked all my hard work. Can you hear us okay, Cindy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I didn't bother to go get TV because I didn't need to watch the Olympics, and I could watch it on the computer anyway. So starting in 2002, I had no TV, ever again. No cable, no satellite, nothing. Better get YouTube. Now, the first few months were tough. Dude, you'd be jonesing. I want to watch Quincy. I want to watch Modern Marvels. I want to watch anything on the History Channel, anything at all on the History Channel. Give me Discovery Channel, Star Trek. I got all the videos. Okay, let me find this. Here's a scope. There's blues. So we got the link to this Hangout is over in the YouTuber coin community. If you're not part of that, let me know, because I can click you in real quick. Let me see if anybody wants to join. I got a couple of things here. Eric Riddell, Munzo, Bill Young, Chris Palmer. Nobody knew yet. So you go through TV withdrawal, and it takes a couple of months, to readjust to that. It's a shock to the system. If you've been watching TV, for 35 years, like 6 hours a day, that's how people watch TV. And would it be like that for 6 hours a day? You get drool coming out of your mouth. I started gardening, composting. Hey, Trey, look. We're going to look at this. Started, doing stuff. That's a 1913, all right. Oh, if I look over here, it'll be front forward. All right, let me see if I can fix Cindy's volume. I can't hear a thing. Let's see, there's the tools. That's not it. Nope, that's not what I want. I'll put this button. That button? No. That button. There it is. Okay, now I see Cindy.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay. Yep. Well, in case you haven't heard me for the past 20 minutes, I'm talking about TV and stuff. But what are we talking about? 17 years without regular TV. They're talking about what? Game of Thrones? I've never seen an episode.
Me neither.
Never. Not the first one. One chick with a blonde hair. She looks pretty good in the commercials. I have no idea who that is.
Hello, Blues.
Blues here? Yep.
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Ken.
Hey, baby. There needs to be an auto volume on this. That's some dye deterioration up there. Yeah. Pretty darn good shape on this. That wants more attention. What if I get a stick? I'll find out where the sticks go when I lose them. They end up on the floor right under my foot, pointing up. Every time.
How many holes do you have in your foot now?
Oh, several, but they fill. You know, I got sawdust and stuff I put down. You know, sometimes I just cover stuff with newspaper, and that helps out. You know, absorbs the blood and everything. This wants a little bit of attention. It's got the hallmark of a lamination on it. You get a lot of those on the buffaloes. Okay, we got a third feather. That's a regular looking 13. Under the chin, looks like I might have a little bit of clash. And we're going to find out on the other side real quick. When we flip that over, we will probably see an angled mark going through E pluribus unum.
Nice,
Great. How's that?
nice clear date on it.
Oh yeah, it's solid. Pookie doesn't send junk. He sends good stuff. I'm going to want to look at the bottom of the date under the loop, though. There's Hector. Good to see you. All right, flip it. Let's see it. Where are you? We got a full horn. Now, the type 2, the mound is gone, so now you have this exurg. Exurg. Let me spell that for you over here in chat.
What's under the C? The top C.
Exurg. There we go. What's under the C? Let me find out. Right in here?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. In there is some more exurg. That's the lower position, but the lower field inside the device in the rim. I think it's just a spot without a little bit of gunk. You got a little bit of stuff you see over to the right of the C, up in here, and some down the lower left around 7 o'clock inside. I think it's just a spot that that missed getting doo-doo on it. That looks pretty straight for a date.
Beth.
Beg your pardon?
It just grabbed my eye real fast.
Yeah. Go stick yourself in the eye. What you got up here? Aha! You see that angle? Starting right here and going upward. We've got another one starting over here. This is the area under the chin of the Indian that we talked about a moment ago. The letters look crisp. That's a handsome piece. Yeah, he's not looking too fish-like. We've got there's something here that wants to be looked at with a loop under the belly.
Quit looking at his winky.
It's a buffalo. They have natural winkies. They're safe. This is not exploitation or sexualization of bison. But we got a full, complete horn. I've got the letters are fully separated. The tail is fully separated. The rim is sharp and neat and tight. You get some dye deterioration, which are these flow lines. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. Okay, that's XF. And combined with a full date, the full braids, that's a little clash we saw. Now that's an XF 1913 Type 2. Well, we gotta look this up. All right, here's the screen.
That's a beautiful shape.
Oh, beautiful. I'm going to take you over to Numismatic, also known as coinprices.org. That's what you're looking at here on the screen. Let me see if you can see what I can see. Let's move me out of the way. Okay, the left of the screen is there. Top of the screen is there. Bottom comes down to... Good. Okay, that's a good match. All right, in the chat, this is where I'm at. Coinprices.org. There you go. And this is their, the home page. Gold coins, dollars, halves, quarters, dimes, nickels. I'm going to look at Buffalo nickel right there. And I got a 1913 Type 2. I had no mint mark, so it's going to be in here. And wait for it. Here it is, 1913. Let's see what these are doing. In XF condition, this is about a $20 coin. No fooling. And looking at this over here, it's up a couple of percent for the year. Yeah, they go up and down. Even the grades within, a date and series will go up and down. Good is up, very good is down. Yeah, we'll have to talk about how they come up with these. Look at this. For MS67, $4,530, and you can find that in your pocket change. Really? Geez, you got a hell of a spread on prices from, $9 to 4,530. You really got to qualify what makes the coin worth, these huge numbers instead of saying you can find these in pocket change. It all comes down to the condition of the coin. MS67, that's a beautiful coin. That's no wear, no distractions, uniform color, centered strike, a strong complete strike, nearly flawless. You're getting into, one or two tiny blemishes that are keeping it off the top grade. And this coin, well, it's nice. Where'd it go? Well, it's nice. It has, let's see, it has a little bit of wear here, for example, some light wear, some on the cheek. You've got lamination. Here's a little contact mark. There's a little contact mark from just being circulated briefly. All right. Here we got some die wear. All right, now in the highest grade of coin, they want to see a fresh, sharp strike. Die wear would be off of a die that's that's minted a lot of coins, and this can bring it down a point, in the highest grades. But that's all. And you get a few contact marks just from jiggling around in somebody's pocket, or somebody throw it in the can at Salvation Army one year. That's in real good shape. Well, let's go for the big show, and that's from Hoogie. So we're getting all kinds of buffaloes from Hoogie. Where'd that other one go? It was here, I swear it.
Yeah, that 13 is sharp.
Yeah.
That's a nice looking one.
Yeah. Bullhorn. Oh, and I got to look in there. I got to look at, see what this is. Somewhere here's a loop. Here's one. I try to keep several of these around the desk at any given time. That's just a little discoloration from some debris. That's all that is. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with this. Yeah, you got an ear. Yeah, that's his ear right there. Horn. When you get into the higher grades, even circulate, you want to start seeing detail on his chuck here and his rump. Man, would you like to roast that? You roast that for like 6 hours, lots of garlic, some salt, some bacon in there. I mean, you can do it even without the beef, without the bison. Just as good. Okay, that's from Hoogie. We thank you. He sent this in a couple of weeks ago. I've been threatening to do a video on it. And what's up? And this is very fine. There you go, VF. Well, we know what a VF looks like, so I can compare that VF to this one and say which one is better. Is this one as good or better than that one? That 1932 is considerably better. Look at the braids in there. Look at the wear in the hair.
Yeah, there's more contact marks on 35.
There you go. And this one, you got more braid detail, more hair detail. The fields, the surfaces are a whole lot better. That's the difference in that grade. That's the improvement in grade. And there are standards that are applied to these things, so you can look up a coin's grade. I'm going to give you a photo grade real quick. All those people in chat. Let's see. Let me open that up. Where the heck is photo grade?
Hey.
Here it
Is that
Hey.
Is that Polly Nichols?
Oh, there's only
What's
one of them.
up?
Hey,
One
Paul.
Polly. Polly, you can put OBS on as a camera and show like 6 of you.
I'll never get the studio done down here.
One day you will.
No, I won't. Never.
You folks just joining. This is Paulie Nichols. He's a good guy. He's been doing this, since Jesus came over in the Mayflower, and he's setting up a spot in his basement with a green screen. So he's got this real neat color. I guess you took a brush and did your truck this way.
Huh?
You took a brush and did your truck in the same color.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you see it. You can't see it go down the street.
Yeah, it's like he's driving like a wagon or a boat or whatever.
No, usually,
He's in a space shuttle.
usually a boat.
Just as good. Now, Polly's got a channel. I hope they'll post the link up there. Let me see if I can find the chat. And he's just plain fun to watch, really. He's like the guy next door who's been collecting for years and years.
Decades. And
Decades.
centuries.
The centuries would apply, wouldn't it, at this? Even at 2019, yeah, he's got 2 centuries of collecting under his belt. Almost 3.
I brought down 41,000 coins this week down into the dungeon down here.
Need like a chute or something, or an elevator.
I'm telling you. And there's coins all over the floor.
I'm in touch.
Look what I found on the floor. Silver dollar.
I got 2 Morgans under the desk. I can't get to them. They're going to be there for weeks.
There's a spitting horse.
Wipe them up. Put them back into circulation.
Yeah, I don't want them anyhow. They're never going to be worth anything.
Okay, I gotta put. Where's that Big Show box? I got a box just for the Big Show here. Here it is. I'll put that right in there. Wow, that's some neat
Be
stuff.
doing. I can't find no Morgans under my desk.
You got no Morgans?
No Morgans.
Jesus, a person should have a Morgan.
You want a Morgan?
I got one coming.
I
I'm
don't.
going to come off on Sunday.
I sent him one day.
Before Ken's big show, I'm going to go on for like maybe an hour and do some auction.
There you go. I go on to 9:30. So that gives you until 9:30.
Why are you locked on me?
Well, it's your blues. Cindy's quiet.
Locked on
I'm
Blues.
not- It's blues.
Locked on you.
Okay, I gotta open up this other one next. Let's see, I gotta change this
Go here.
from there. Here's this.
Over there.
Okay, I got one from Trey. He's got a Morgan here. Here it is.
Morgan, you say?
Trey has a Morgan. He says, "Look at my coin."
Losing his notes.
Cause wonder I can replace a 78 7 over 8 tail feather. There's a Morgan for you. Trey says this has a potential VAM. But now we got to explain what the hell a VAM is. Look at this pack job. He's learned well. See, now I'll reuse this.
Trey's a smart kid.
He is.
That's for me. That pays for shipping and stuff. Okay, we got a note. Always read the note.
What?
I can include an 1880 Morgan dollar I would like you to take a look at to figure out the grade. Well, this is perfect because we got photo grade open. If you could please put the Morgan that is included into my Big Show package so I can save on shipping. You got it. Also, my screen name is Trey's Treasures. My real name is Trey T. Trey. You making this up? Let's get to it. Look, more padding. Now you got padding, cardboard, all right, and then you had a padded envelope. So you've got couple layers of protection, and you got armor. That's what this is. It's
Protect
armor.
coin.
Protect the coins during transit. At least one piece to give it some stiffness. And we're gonna open this up. There you go. You ever see the coin? The guy. Oh, let me see if you got that. If you ever got this coin. Okay. This just burns me up when I see this. Don't do this. Don't be this guy. I know you had this one. If you haven't, wait for it. It's coming. Put a coin off of eBay or something.
Who's got coffee time?
I got coffee.
Blues.
There. And the coin comes in shipped like that. And you got paper wrapped around the coin, 6 layers of tape, and that's the whole damn package.
Ken. Look what I found in the box I didn't know I still had. Look at this crap.
Wow.
Man, that's more crap I know what to do with.
I didn't even know I don't know what I've got. I've got so much junk. I don't know what. I just found like 70 bills in holders. Everything, including a 64 Very Choice New 3-digit serial number. I don't know what the hell I gave them.
You need my address, Polly?
Yeah.
There we go. Gee. It's a hobby of accumulation, but sometimes you accumulate so darn much stuff. You think, I'm gonna put another room in my basement and paint it green just to handle these things.
That's what I did.
I know. I don't even have a basement. I'm gonna be jealous of yours. You get that garage out there.
I got another room over here, Ken. You can bring your stuff over here.
I'll start shipping it immediately. Okay, we're gonna take this and how do you get that coin out? Well, it's round. Start with surgery. Take a razor. Oh God! But when I see this, I ship it back. I said, thanks for everything. I cannot open the coin and inspect it. You're an idiot. Don't have kids. I want my money back. That's what I say. Okay. The tray, on the other hand, has learned how to package it well. Look at this. And in here we added a little bit of tape just to keep it from flopping around in there. We'll get that little piece of tape here. Let's get that out of there.
Got some toning on that.
What's that?
Got some toning on it.
Yeah. I like to use that tape. It helps with blackheads.
What the hell is going on here?
There we go. All right, let's get this open. He's going to put a piece of tape across it, the far end. But not across the coin, God love him. Where's that razor I had?
Please don't cut yourself.
No. See, I'm going to have the point pointed away from the coin. Because all I want to do is break that edge of tape. Ta-da. And we're okay. Let's have a look at this real quick. It is an 1880. It's in pretty darn gorgeous shape. You've got just some light golden toning around the edges on both sides. You can see the original cartwheel luster on that. Yeah, that's a good piece. Let's look at her. Get down here. I'm going to show it off. There's a Statue of Liberty $50. Here, real quick. I don't know if anybody bought it. I'll have to find out. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to switch over to OBS so I can see it properly. There we go. And he's wondering what condition it is.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. See the quality when you get to this level, I'm looking above the ear. Okay, and it's well defined. So I'm already at AU to uncirculated, somewhere around there. What I'm going to look for is some wear. If I find wear, it's AU. If I don't find wear, it'll be uncirculated. Different places I want to look. Let me open this up here. We got the flip there. On the back, I want to look at the chest on that eagle. I'm going to look at some of those feather tips. I want to look at the highest points, like where the arrow and claws are,
And the breast feathers.
and breast feathers, which I got to tell you, look pretty darn impressive. Yeah, I think you got a winner here.
Are you
Okay.
Blues?
Pardon?
Blues. He lost it. Are you okay?
He's
I just
mostly
dumped
okay.
half my tray out of it. I threw inserts on the ground.
Oh no.
In there. Sooner or later, you're going to knock a whole
Yes.
bunch of stuff on the ground. You don't want to be there. All right. I'm going to look at this under the scope. If I can find the scope. There it is. Okay. You're still in the plastic here. Let's have a look. That's right and tight.
Good job, Trey.
Okay, I've got just a trace of wear on the feathers, but I mean, it's just a trace.
You're right about a conveyor belt. Ken.
Yeah,
Falling.
they got them. They convey like boxes of shingles onto the roof. You might want to look at construction sites. They're going to have that sort of thing. They'll handle a lot of mass. Okay, you got just the lightest bit here, right across the knuckle here. Top of this. See how it's flat? It should be kind of rounded. And these are mostly good. These little bits. That's it. You look real good in here. That's tiny. Coin's in pretty good shape here. Look at the fields.
Look at that toning at the rim.
There you go. See if we can get that color. In reality, this is kind of golden. This camera's going to show it up as being kind of dark. And try to tilt that. That's golden. Yeah, I still have the luster even with the toning. A lot of artificially toned coins will, that toning's going to kill the luster where it shows up. Let's look over here. Yep, just a trace on the sides of this leaf. And just a
Is that
trace.
a flash by the wing?
We'll get in there and look. Not seen it yet. I see a contact mark there, right around the center. These are big, heavy coins. They will have contact marks.
Imagine having 20 of them in your pocket all day long.
Yep, you got $5. That's why they wear suspenders, you know.
To carry them around and walk sideways.
Yeah. Ka-chink, ka-chink, ka-chink every step you take. Let's look at the front. Okay, the highest point are going to be above the ear. Okay, and you can see the way the luster changes from the wear. Okay, and I got just a bit of wear here, not a huge amount by any means, and the high points of the hair. 1880, she looks real good. Okay, so we're not uncirculated. I can't call it MS60 or higher. And I've seen MS60, right? So it's got no wear, but it's got so darn many contact marks on it, you can't even see the design. So really, there needs to be a secondary scale to describe how many contact marks are on coins. Because once you get into AU, geez, get the ones with no contact marks. They're not all screwed up. Okay, we've got a high point on the leaves. These look real good. Just light wear. That's all you got. Oh, it's a shiner. Now, 1880 is a great year for really good sharp strikes. I got it at an angle so we can change the way the light hits it here.
Yeah, I'd say every bit of AU.
Yep, but now we want to get into, is it lower end AU or higher end AU? because you get different ranges of AU. It's lightly worn, very light. It's just a kiss of wear. And I mean just a kiss. We're going to get over and take a look at photo grade. Let me pull this out of here. Get dressed. MS60 will be uncirculated, so we're looking at anywhere from AU50 to AU58, depending on how much wear there is. Okay, let's start with the obverse, because that's usually the easiest way to tell, right? It's the stunning part of the design. It's going to be the part people look at the most. And it matters more than the reverse. Now, if the reverse is worn more, well, I hate to tell you, but it would bring the grade of the coin down. But if the front is better than the reverse, it does, help. It makes it easier to sell in that grade, right? I mean, if you have an XF coin, but the obverse is AU, you're going to get a much easier sale than, if it's an XF coin, but the obverse is XF, where the reverse is, high end. Okay, here's the screen. That's what I want. Scope, go to screen. Okay, from screen to go over to photo grade. Here we go. I'm going to look up dollars. I'm going to grab some coffee.
Also, we got to keep in mind that they're not going to grade it under that high magnification.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it by eye. I can see by eye the wear above the ear. Okay, so I'm going to look at AU50, which would be here. No, here. What here? A little more. Let's get all the AU. There we go. Over here is AU50. Now this scale goes from 0, which is effectively a worn-out planchet, to 70. This is developed by a guy named Sheldon back in the 1950s. And the whole idea at the time was that, each grade higher, each number higher would be another factor multiplied of, good 1. AU55 would be worth 55 times as much. It doesn't really work that way. It's not a linear price. The higher the grade, the rarer it is, the more they pay. Okay, let's look at AU50. All right, we got some moderate wear here above the ear.
Definitely higher than that.
I've got tiny bits here across the cotton, getting into the hair below. That is the biggest head on any coin. Look at this whole half the coin is all hair and hat. Okay, we've got some of the curls, some flat spots on the curls, especially down here. Okay, and the hat looks pretty good here on these curls in the hat, these little ridges, wrinkles, folds. That's what I want to compare with. So I'm going to try to put my coin. How can I do this? Okay, how do I do the scope and the screen at the same time? We can do this. Here's a screen. Webcam, black, USB scope.
That coin don't even have luster from what I see.
Okay, maybe this will work. Okay, let me pull that off. Whoa! It's gone. Reopen. Well, you don't have to have luster in AU. His does. When you get into the higher end of AU, yeah, usually they do have luster, but they can be circulated. Sometimes, they get kind of grungy, kind of filthy. They usually will have some original luster on there, but not necessarily. They do tone, age, get exposed to God knows what. Okay, I want to take this off the tab. Did we do it? No, I've got to do this. There. Okay, there's the photo grade. There's AU50. I've got there. I think we did it. We show this right? Let me see if I get the screenshot running.
It's 58 at least, Ken.
Yeah, I would say 58.
I'm going at 55 is what I'm looking at. Just to give you a heads up of where we're headed. Okay, and that should be what you see. You should see coin, sample, and over there would be trays. Let's look at the hairline. Have I got a pointer?
Blues is trying to give you his.
Look at that. We got a point. We got everything. Dude, we got everything here. Okay, over here. Nope, I need to take it up one more level. There we go. Pointer's on top. Over here on Trey's coin, the hat looks real good. Like these high points of folds in the hat, they look real good. I've got some light wear here above the ear, a little bit in the hairlines, not much. Over here, okay, I'm going to lose the image, especially above in the hat and the lower hair. There's a lot more wear on the PCGS AU50 than we get on Trey's. So let's go over and look at the next one. It's an AU53. And right up, oh, I'm going to move the coin. Right up, I can look and say, oh, come on. I can say, where the hell's my arrow? You get a lot more wear on the PCGS coin than you get on Trey's. He's got a real good shape piece here. Right? I mean, I've got these extra bits of detail in here that theirs is just washed out. There's a pretty good shape, but I think yours is better than AU53. Okay, let's look at another one. AU55. Are you as good or better? Okay, now my picture of the Morgan, I'm looking at it a whole lot larger because it's, you know, the screen. You guys, it's squeezed in that little video window on YouTube. Okay, on the PCGS coin, you got very, very little, almost nowhere in the hat. Some light wear here above the ear, and little bits over here, especially this point, and in the curl. Right, now, you got to realize what you see on the coin is not necessarily going to be an exact match for what they have for photos, right? The wear on any two coins can always be different. So you're looking at the level of wear. You're looking at the volume of wear, comparing and saying, is this about the same amount of wear? And on Trey's coin, okay, I've got a little more detail on Trey's coin, especially right here in the center. Okay, not a whole lot more, but a little bit more. Looking at the PCGS, got a little more wear here. On Trey's coin, I think he's got a little bit more here. Huh. Down at the bottom, Trey's coin is better than this example on PCGS. Although I lose a little bit of detail here and here, I've got far more on some of these other areas. How's the face looking? He's got no problem with her face. Let's look at AU58. Now, AU58 is about as high a grade as you can get without crossing over into being uncirculated. So you're looking at only the lightest amount of wear. All right, looking at the hair here, that's about what he's got here. This is the biggest point of abrasion. Right? I mean, it's not much. It just, you know, scuffed it is all that's going on. Looking at the leaves. Oh, shoot. I think the leaves on Trey's coin is heavier in wear than you find on the PCGS piece. Look at the curls. I think on the hat here, this wear is heavier on Trey's piece than on the PCGS example. Down here in this curl, I think the wear on this coin is heavier than seen on the PCGS model. Look down here. I'd say the wear on these curls is about the same as what you have on the PCGS model. But in here, I'd say the wear on Trey's coin is heavier. I'd say this area is heavier in wear than on the same model on PCGS. On the leaves, I think it's heavier than PCGS. So I'm losing this battle at 58. The AU58 example looks to be better than Trey. And I'm going to say the wear in the hair up here is heavier across the board on this coin. So let's go back and look at AU55 again. That's AU55. This is better. This is about the same. Some of this is better. A lot of this is better, but it's not as good as on the AU58. So it's as good or better on 55, but not as good on most items as the 58. So I would grade this coin AU55. On the obverse, right? Remember, there's two sides. This is such a chore. Man, we take some notes. Okay, now what killed us was the heavier wear up here. This is pretty good here. And a little bit heavier here on the hat and on the leaves. Okay. The rest of this coin looks real sharp. This bit here, this little ding and rip, it's not helping it any. But I think this is survivable. Go around and look at this. You know, these marks here would really matter when you get into uncirculated grades. I think these are survivable. Yeah, these aren't bad at all. I'm going to flip that baby over and let's have a look. What you got now? Oh, let's look at we got a PCGS because we got a front and a back photo on this. Look at the backs. And I'm going to go, instead of starting at AU50, I'm going to go ahead and zip over to 53. We'll start there. Okay, there. I think we can see this. Okay, on your specimen tray, we've got just light bits across the highest points on the feathers. The breast looks wonderful, really. You got great detail here. I'd say you have more detail on the back of this coin than you do on the front. A little bit heavier here on the leg and across the claws and the olive branch. Some of the leaves will be high points, but it's in real good shape otherwise. Just the edges of the tips of these feathers are all just showing. All right, let's look over here. On this one, yeah, you got plenty of wear on this. You're a whole lot better. You're a whole lot better than AU53. Go to 55. Okay, 55. We're seeing a lot of depth, a lot of detail on this bird here. How do you compare with the leg? I would say that your leg is about the same as what PCGS shows. I'd say the breast is better than what PCGS is showing. And I would say that the feathers are about the same. Okay, let's look at the leaves here. I'm going to say, let's see if I can make this work here. What PCGS is showing, their leaves, oh, missed it, wait. There we go. It looks like their leaves are a little better. Yours are about the same. And, okay, down here, yours are a little better, Trey. You got full splits. So yours is as good or better than AU55. Look at 58. I'd like to have that for dinner. Okay, on theirs, let me find my pointer. Okay, on the PCGS, the feathers are sharp and crisp. The claw is well defined. The leaves, they're real good. You've got just a tiny trace, just a trace of wear on the highest points. So I'm going to say that your piece is not as good as the 58. You just got a little bit extra wear here, not much. And that's what it comes down to is the level of detail, the volume of wear. That's a pretty good piece. Yep. Now, mind you, we're looking at this coin through a freaking microscope. You got to look at it, no higher than 7x. Now, looking at it by eye, I'm going to pick out with my eye this bit of wear. So it's going to tell me it's AU. But we're getting right down into the nitty gritty to decide between 55 and 58. I would call this coin an AU 55 on both sides. And what's keeping the back down are some of the leaves. And this bit on the leg, the high points across the oak. Is that oak? No, olive. And some of these feathers. But otherwise, you're in real good shape. Let's look at the rim. Rim looks real good so far. This is pretty tiny, as far as I can tell. You're in good shape here. All right, let's look at the fields. This is the worst of it right over here. I've seen MS62s that don't look this good as far as the fields go. These things, they take a pounding. Just getting shipped in bags to go to the bank or the Federal Reserve. They'd be slapped all over the place. And I've seen Morgans that they're just replete with marks. These are mostly shallow, with little rubs. Okay, you know what this mark is? That's a rim edge from another coin, and I think this is probably the worst. Yeah, that ain't too bad. It's a looker.
Okay.
How's that?
I said he did good.
Yep. All right, now we're gonna get in and look at that. Let's see what we can see here. That M looking thing is normal. I want to look at this mint mark. Let's bounce that around back and forth just a bit. I don't see anything special about the mint mark. Perfectly normal looking mint mark. Okay, I can get rid of this side, by the way, because we got the grade at AU 55 on both sides. All right, let's hunt. Now we're getting into the hunt. See if we can see anything. I'm looking at these serifs. I'm looking at the points in the leaf. I'm looking for extra metal. I'm looking for splits and doubling. I'm seeing some issues that are consistent with mechanical doubling. I wonder where that pointer went. Go home, pointer image. Well, where's my damn pointer? Pointer should be on top. Huh. Well, I don't know where it is. Move this. There's no pointer here. Okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. I get a stick. Right at the top of that D, the top of the E. This is consistent actually with more with just a little bit of dye deterioration. That's very, very slight. These letters look right and tight. Now there's this thing called a VAM, V-A-M. And these two guys, I forget their first name, but it's Van Allen and Mollis. And they wrote the book on Morgan dollars and peace dollars. And they went through, I mean, thousands upon thousands and cataloged scores of different varieties. And most of these varieties that you'll find in the Van Allen Mollis catalog are going to be chips, cracks, breaks, and clash marks. And for those, we're going to zoom out. Oh, let me look at the other side first. For those, we'll zoom out. Because they'll be a whole lot easier to pick out. Going on with that star. That's normal, I suppose. Little mark. Here's a great place to look for cracks. It's coming from the nape of the neck. Let's look at the date. That first 8 wants to be looked at with a loupe. You will always find more detail with a good eye and just a decent loupe than you'll ever get with this super duper microscope. I mean, I'm looking at this thing, I don't know, 3 inches across on my screen. That's a little too much. You figure 7x multiplication, magnification, the letter's 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, I'm way over on my magnification as far as grading, but for finding and detecting, identifying varieties, that'd be great. Let's come out a bit and look at her here. Good looking lady. See the fields? Yeah, you're going to have marks. You're going to have, little contact marks where it's been tumbled around. And I don't see anything here that's killing this coin.
What's the story with the coin?
Trey got it. I think he's pretty proud of it, and he's ought to be. I don't know the story about the coin, or how he got it, or if he paid, or if it's his first venture in the Morgans. If it is, he's doing just fine. He will be a Morgan connoisseur in no time.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
Good sharp strikes on those corn tassels. You get all the veins in the corn leaves. You got all the detail on these, right? A lot of times these are going to be kind of flat. You got all the cotton. There's a little bit right on this spot right here. The leaves, these are good sharp strikes. What I'm looking for are cracks, chips, dye breaks, bits of metal that is where it should not be. I'm looking for raised marks around the edge of the profile, which would be, say, a clash. But I'm not seeing any here. That's why you're getting this change. I'm taking the coin and I'm twisting it under the scope, just about like that, so I can get the light to change. And that's going to draw my attention to other features that I wouldn't see if the coin is held flat. right now. The most common areas are right inside the rim, you know, kind of inside the stars or connecting the stars or connecting the letters. These are great places. You get a lot of things in the hat. Sometimes you have them that go across, you know, just breaks in odd places. But I don't see any varieties that would cause me to pause. Look over back here. Now I'm looking for the head shape. I'm looking for, you know, the outline of a profile on the back here. I'm looking in the fields for, you know, extra metal, raised plateaus, which would signify a clash. In the letters, I'm looking for cracks. I'm not saying that. I'm looking for extra breaks or extra metal in the leaves, in the wings, in the feathers, tail. All looks good here, baby. All right. Here's what we got. Ready? Go back home. Flip that over. What you got here is an 1880 Morgan dollar in AU 55 condition. It has all its natural luster. It's a beautiful shape with no distracting marks. A solid rim. Excellent fields. I can't say superb field because you do have a stray bag mark here and there. And this is kind of normal for an AU mid-range. Flip that over. You got the a gentle toning around there. Light golden color around the edge on both sides. So we can see the color here. A little heavier toning on the reverse. But you can see, oh gosh, that's close to, you know, it wants to be proof-like, the level of reflectivity of the fields. But it's not proof-like. It's quite nice. Person be happy and proud to have that. Now they got these proof-like coins, dude. It's like you know, the first couple of hundred strikes off in brand new dies, if that many. And well, they polished them up real good. So those first strikes, the fields would be beautiful, right? They land on the bottom of the bin, so they don't get a whole lot of contact marks on them. You know, one side's protected; it's not rubbing anything below it. The coins bounce around, so you don't always land, you know, smack on top of each other. And you get very few contact marks. You get excellent fields, great sharp detail because it's a new die. There we go. But over time, it loses some of its superior polish and finish, and the details inside lose their frostiness as the raised devices lose their frostiness. But there's nothing wrong with this otherwise. I see no detractions. Nothing that causes me to shun this coin. AU 55, both sides. It's a peach. Okay, let me get that back into the holder. I don't know what you paid for it, but let's have a look. There we go. Let's have a look at Numis. Okay, where's the screen? There's the screen. I gotta kill this. Just a minute, I gotta reset up all this stuff. Scope. Blank that out. Okay, there's the screen. This can go back where it was. Numis Media. Okay, start at the beginning. Dollars, Morgan dollars. And we got an 1880 right here.
Wow.
AU 55, about a $50 coin. All right, and it looks like the value is up just a hair. 1880. Oh, you got a bunch of these out there. Let's see if we can find some figures here. What inventory and checklist? Yeah. There were some hordes. I think it's the S's and CC's that stand out more as far as population. But mind you, they melted down half of these things in 1903. I mean, they took half the Morgans and melted them down and let England borrow the silver. I don't know if we got it back. I didn't follow that up. Here's Morgan dollars. 1880. Oh, right there, that line. Okay, you got 5.3 million produced. You got 400,000 surviving specimens. Well, that's really not many. Morgan dollars are probably the second most collected coin in the U.S. series. Second behind the Lincolns, because everybody has a set of Lincolns. Don't you have a set of Lincolns? Get them up. So 400,000, not a huge number by any means. Let's see, if I had 400,000 Lincoln cents, what would I have? I'd have a 1911 S. Thereabouts. So you can compare that to some of your other estimates. I mean, some of them, 1.2 million, a million here. Some of these hordes where they picked up, a million coins all at once. 86, 2 million surviving. 10% surviving population is pretty big on these. But still, it's a million coins. Total number of Morgans out there, 75 million of them. So that means you can have about, 75 to 100 of them per person. The proofs are pretty pricey. They're kind of rare. There's some dates that are, where are they? 1903 S's of 1896. What's that one? Yeah, 95 O and S. 37 and 24,000 survivors. Not many. Dude.
The hell is this thing do?
1893 S. Maybe 10,000 survivors. And with a number of Morgan collectors, yeah, that's a really valuable one because they're hard to get. People are fighting for them. 1880, where'd it go? 1880 O. Is that what this is? There it is. 400,000. I got to check the 80 and 80 over 79. I got to check for. Go back to the scope real quick. That's a perfectly normal looking date. Okay, so it's not 1880 over 79. Good. Well, not good, but good enough. We know what it is. That's a peach. See if we can put that up here. Yep. That's a fine piece. I don't know what you paid, where you got it, what the story is, why you got it, what you're going to do with it. But there it is. You got a, it's not particularly popular.
He did good on it.
Yeah, he did just fine. It's not particularly populous at 400,000 specimens surviving, but it's also not super rare. Looking at the rarity scale, where is that now? Here's the rarity scale. 400,000 actually makes it, towards common. There you go. Gives it a URS of 20 on Bauer's scale. What are we looking at? Screen. There it is. We get a URS of 20 on Bauer's scale and 1.8 on BCGS scale, or 1.7 thereabouts. It's a little better than the 2010 Saddens and the 1925 Stone Mountains. It's not quite the 1909 BDB, yes, but it's on the scale. Yeah, it's a peach. Okay, there's home. I'm going to go back and find the chat because I've been neglecting that. That's not it. There. It's just like the Smurf hat. It's not a Smurf hat. It's called a Phrygia cap. We don't have a crown, right? Because we're not a monarchy. It's a republic. The Phrygia cap is a symbol of a republic. unless you want to put a crown on her. But, I'm not sending her my taxes. She can barely deal with the government. Let's see who else is around here. I see Cheapskate showed up. There's CJ Les Wiley, Riser, Paula Bloom, Jeff Cronkite, Major Coin Hunter. Is she 3 apples tall? Did we go? I missed your show last night. I was napping. What's 3 apples tall? I'm lost. Oh, that's Polly. Okay. Look, I could use the restroom. Or it happens. When you get older and the body says go to the bathroom, you listen. I'm going to let you look at this for just a bit. Oh, that's a peach. Now, Trey was here. He's on a plane. I don't know where he's going. Disneyland or something after buying this coin. Linda's back. Okay. So let's take just a couple of minutes off, and I'll be back. Smurfs are 3 apples tall. Whoa. It should be like, 27 apples. How tall was that model? How should you compare to the Walking Liberty? Because that looks like a tall chick. Oh, I'll be right back.
What have you been up to, Blues?
What was that?
What have you been up to?
Oh, nothing. I'm redoing my bathroom.
I'll trade you.
Put fresh coat of paint. Nope. I ain't messing with it. Ain't gonna do it.
That's the next thing is the bathroom. Hi, Mike Wolf.
Yeah, I'm just putting fresh paint.
Yeah, that's all I'll do up there too. This down here has been a monster.
You redoing the whole thing?
No, just the backside where this is going to be. I put up walls so I can lock this stuff in because I just got too much at the house now. Kind of get freaked out. Where am I hearing an echo?
My end, I got everything muted.
I'm not hearing one.
It just started when I started talking, but my YouTube is off. Huh. Every once in a while, a word comes through.
I might have had my speakers on too loud and my mic was picking it up.
Hey,
Hi, Penny Parent.
Hey, kid's back. Everyone behave. Oh.
hi, how are you?
What were you saying about me, Cindy?
Huh?
What did you say about Ken while he was gone?
Oh, I love Ken.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Thought there was a different adjective there you used.
Cindy understands politics. Oh, that's Penny Parent. That's Jessica.
Hi, Jess.
And probably the youngin'. She's getting her youngin' into coins, and he's tearing it up.
That's the way to do it. Start young.
Hey, if you want to grow the hobby, start with those young people, those teenagers, those 10, 12, 14-year-olds in your family.
Ken, thinking about that, I was doing a little story on that a couple of weeks ago. Now, when we started collecting, there was oodles and oodles of really good coins in circulation. There isn't anymore.
When I started, I'd go down to the bank, I'd take a couple of dollars and get, rolls of pennies. And I'd be pulling out, Canadian pennies with King George on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get the older ones with his old man. What was his name?
Who?
Before George.
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 They're all Georges.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I started collecting in '66, and every Friday every Friday, I went to the bank and got a $50 bag of pennies, which were parking meter money. Every other penny was a wheat penny. Indian heads were still in circulation.
Yeah.
You're not going to find that today. I've gone through. I'm on my 992nd box of pennies since April of 2017, and I find 14 on average per box.
Yeah, 12, 14 is about right. You can find more stuff if you go deep, right? You get into the varieties, and there's good money in some of those, but they're few and far between.
That's all I look for. The wheats are a secondary option to pull out because they're never going to be worth any money anyhow. But the varieties and errors are what I look for. I mean, that's why there's two scopes sitting here and everything else. Back then, we used the loop, we used the magnifying glass. You didn't need one, Ken. In '60s, you didn't need one.
No, the wheats were still brand new back then. I remember the first thing, I was born in '67. The first time I noticed that coins had a date on it was 1974 because I'm looking at this penny and it's brand spanking new and it says 1974. I said, oh, that's brand new this year. That was when I realized there's a date on the darn things. But around 10 years old is when you first get to differentiate between, the value of money as currency and, ooh, we can get some candy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I started with an old friend of our family, and he was already retired then. He got me into coins. That's when every Friday we went to the bank. You got a bag of nickels and a bag of pennies. And I mean, going through that, Ken, if I could go back and just think of one of those bags on my desk right now, I'd be ecstatic because I'd be pulling out buffaloes, V nickels, I'd be pulling out wheats by the ton, Indian head pennies, flying eagles. Occasionally, you'd find two or three, maybe every fourth or fifth bag. And as far as the key dates, every bag there was a key date, Ken. It was like a candy shop for coins. It was like a candy shop for coins because we were pulling out 1922s in 1966.
When I get going, we had you get the pennies here, the Canadians, right, with George and George. Wheat pennies, no problem. Every fifth one was a wheat penny, or every 10th one was a wheat penny. They were still making their transition. I was starting to go through rolls of pennies in 1979 thereabouts when I could bike downtown. I was 12. So what are you talking? 20 years out. Well, look through your change right now, and all those coins are over 20 years old. Figure those are wheat pennies.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jeez, it's almost a third.
The most common coin in circulation today isn't even worth the penny that it's made with.
Yeah, it costs more to ship the coin than the coin is worth. That's what's killing the mint is shipping all those billions of pennies, because you're talking hundreds of millions of pounds. It's huge.
How much each one costs to manufacture? I mean, they're not even worth it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, they're losing money. The penny's going to go the way of the dodo. It's going to go the way of the Canadian penny and be eliminated, and we'll be rounding up and rounding down.
What I suggest to new collectors today, one of the things I suggest, like Jessica's son and Trey, for that matter, look for don't skip over the chance of finding the varieties and errors, because if you're doing this as a serious hobby, that's the only place you'll ever make a dollar on what you're looking for. Wheat pennies, I've got probably 180,000 of them just here, and I'm going to sell them somewhere bulk. I don't need them anymore. They're not going to be they're all common dates, all the way. The 20s and 30s I do hang on to, and of course the teens. 40s and 50s, I've gone through them as best I can for varieties and errors and lamination, anything. The rest of them are just, as far as I'm concerned, they're a penny. They're worth a penny.
They're worth a little bit. I mean, you can put together sets and
well, yeah, when you put together a set, yeah, and then you can sell the sets. But as a whole, they average about 3 to 4 sets a piece to somebody who wants to hoard, somebody who wants to hang on to them. The
wheat bags you get nowadays, you can get 5,000 wheats in a sack, right? for the most part, they're going to be 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
P and D. I mean, the S mints are disappearing out of those. We used to get those things for 70, 75 bucks, 80 bucks, right? Another 9.95 to ship. And man, that was like huge price.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And, 1985, there'd be a VDB in every bag. You see a 1922D, just about every bag. You have early 30s mint marks.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Teens, I mean, you scoop them up by the handful. Steel pennies, barrels of them. Some rusty, some still good. Some shiners.
And almost 1,000 boxes that I've gone through since April of 17, I've only found 4 steel pennies.
Jeez.
4.
Yeah, disappeared. I used to sell those things to a guy, and he would take and reprocess them.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, there's roll after roll after roll going away. But he'd take the rusty ones. I think I was getting $2 a roll back then.
Yep.
Mm.
The 40 today,
You go fast forward 30 years, and the bags aren't what they used to be. There's no steels, there's no S mints, very few. But they have not necessarily been hunted down for dye varieties.
no.
Right? You can find some in there. I mean, you're not going to scoop those up by the barrel. You're not going to dig them up by the handful. But you
I
can.
was lucky. I was already in a rock band at 14 years old. I worked part-time at Tops Market. So all my extra money went into coins. And I hoarded silver, and I hoarded the anything that old guy told me to take out of circulation, I did. And in 1980, I made a fortune when I sold my silver when it hopped over 180 bucks an ounce.
Yep. 1979, you could find a silver piece here and there, but you're talking 15 years have gone by since they switched over to the clad, and well, all the coins are brand new. That's a neat thing. All the dimes are new. 1965, they're 14 years old. Most of them are shiny. That's a neat thing. Nowadays, they're a little older. You're starting to get into very fine and fine. Sometimes even more worn than that.
But I watch so many collectors today. Not just the young guys, but I watch a lot of the guys in their 30s and 40s, and they're keying on finding those wheat pennies, and they don't even bother looking for varieties and errors.
That's what I'm is.
There are so many nice ones that will really bring you a couple of bucks. I don't look for the extra fingers on Lincoln's. I don't look for the extra thumb and things like that. If the coin's in mint condition, really looks nice from circulation, I'll look at it. But otherwise, I just pass them by. Those types of errors are multi-mass produced all the time.
Oh, bazillions.
And they're not going to be worth anything. So, stretching your eyeballs to find things like that isn't going to make you a dime.
Here we go. Here's a box of stuff I clean up my desk. God knows what's in there. Might be a dye varieties. Could be a little bit of everything. I see something right here. Let's get a look at that real quick. I know that's something.
Isn't that fun to do?
There we go. This is cherry picking on another level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice lamb.
People pull out the dates, right? And there's no problem with the dates. I mean, you get a 1926 penny. Good. That's a winner, Probably good for a dime. But this one, I'm moving through Canadians.
There's some cherry picking here. I got to go through stuff I threw on the side.
This is what you call a woody, right? And it's a mix. It's an alloy mix problem, right? It's not it's the copper, the tin, the zinc, and maybe something else in there that didn't quite blend right. And what happens is you get this odd color. It's not a uniform color on the coin. It gives them great character. But every now and then, that mix where it doesn't quite blend right, it doesn't hold on and bond correctly. So you have something like this piece where it has delaminated.
MGC or PCGS, Amy, I would say.
Well, there's Uper. Oh, Uper, we got your cards. Let's see, we got. Here we go. We got Amy's cards. We've been putting these in the big show because people are collecting the show cards and stuff. Oh, look, we got stickers too. She got stickers. There's the Uper girl. And she's going to move to Texas, so that's going to just kill her channel name. Anyway, There's a Uper girl. She'd be the Texer girl after this. You could be what? Tex-Mex? Yeah, so we're adding those in. Kind of neat. Um, but stuff like this, these woodies, they're starting to really make a showing. And you can find these in those 40s and 50s bags, right? You can go to coin shops, and a lot of times they don't make a discrimination between a 1926 woody and just a 1926 regular. Pick them up for a quarter or something. Sweet, yeah, to change the address once I move. Oh, so these are like the original. Aha. Here we have something special. These are the original address. Yeah, that's got Amy's address in the back. So these will be collector's items after she moves. But she only made so many with the Michigan address. The misplaced Uper. Yep. Okay, well, understanding what this is a key element to being able to identify it. And there's stuff out there you can find in coin shops, at flea markets, at places that have coins for sale, pawn shops, collectible places where they sell collectibles, and hobby shops. If you know what it is, you'll know enough to say, aha, that coin, that ain't no 50-cent coin. I think I'll pick that up for 50 cents because I know that's going to go for $35 over here. Look at the back of that. It's kind of screwed up. There we go. Still colorful. And those woodies are easy to pick out, easy to identify, and sometimes the character on them is so sharp and striking that they'll pick up a significant premium.
One thing about some of the woodies too on the coppers, Ken, is especially in the 80s, they had a lot of people think they're woodies, but they're I don't want to say roller marks. They look like roller marks, but they're not an actual. It's not the alloy of the coin that makes
the faux woodies.
Pardon me?
The faux woodies.
Yeah, exactly. There's tons of them out there in the 80s.
I think it's a combination of the way the coins are annealed and rolled. I think the rolling puts some sort of mark on there, and annealing it cooks it in.
Yeah, because it's almost always the same type of design. They're usually at an angle too, diagonally. I mean, but you know a real woody when you see it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you can't mistake them. But you can find stuff in your current coins, in your current circulation. They put a bunch out there. A lot of dealers nationwide have seeded circulating change with God knows what. There's some valuable coins being added to circulation. They were taken out many years ago, and they're being put back in. It's called the Great American Coin Hunt.
Yeah, I threw a bunch of V Nichols Buffaloes and some earlier teens and 20s pennies in over here at my main branch. Figured why not?
I tossed in some weeds. You ain't getting the buffaloes. They're too handy to give away out here. Man, a buffalo, I get my backfield mode.
Huh?
For a buffalo nickel, I get the backfield mode.
Oh. I should have thrown in not all, but a lot of the dateless buffaloes. I probably have like I'd say 50 rolls of them. I don't know what the hell I'm even hanging on to them for.
Move on to do it. You got to have an auction. Try Sunday.
I'm thinking about an auction Sunday I just set up a sheet, a Google sheet for it. Where'd it go? I don't know.
No.
Over here. No. I was thinking about 6:30 Sunday, 3 hours before your show. Short one, quick.
You plenty of people watching coin shows that time.
Some uncirculated Morgan dollars, things like that. Just to, I don't care what I get for them, just to help some of the younger ones out there pick up some decent coins.
Ooh, Morgan.
I've got too much junk. I've got way too much. I've got too many coins, and I'm tired of looking at them, to be honest with you. It's a full-time job, Ken, isn't it?
Good Lord, it never stops.
It's full time. When I get up in the morning, I have something to eat, usually within an hour, and I'm down here for the next 6 or so, going through looking for the varieties and errors because I've got probably 4,500 rolls of coins I haven't looked at in 30 years.
And 30 years ago, you didn't hunt for varieties.
In 30 years, I didn't even know they existed.
Jeez. Where will the variety market be in 30 more years? Because really, we're just scratching the surface here. There's been some work done, but not a whole lot. If you say 5-Ave Stanton to somebody, they say, huh? Even the Cherry Picker's Guide has not gone to a viral state and permeated the hobby.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't at all. I mean, you go to eBay to try and find the book itself, and you won't even find any that many. Not like it used to be.
Here we go. Here's that nickel boogie sent.
I must. I can't find out which screen it's on.
Hoogie sent in a nickel a couple of weeks ago, and I've been meaning to make a video about it. It's a 1935, and it's listed as S over S, and they call it RPM number 6, and this is graded by Annex. Well, there are different catalogs where you can look up dye varieties or RPMs, for example, and all you got to do is match up what you got with the photo. But this doesn't match any RPM number 6 by any attributor, which is kind of neat. And we're looking at just a little bit of extra metal coming off the bottom of that S. If I can point to that, that's going to be a trick. Just off the bottom of the S sticking out. That's a repunch mint mark. That's all it is. And sometimes they're very subtle, very gentle. But the closest RPM 6, well, the extra metal would be higher up with my stick. It's going to be higher up, almost impacting that upper serif, not down here. So this is RPM number 1 rather than 6, but it's certified as an RPM number 6. Huh. Well, these companies are starting to come around and certify these varieties, which is great. But the number of varieties they will certify is kind of limited. They want you to have a piece of paper from, Wexler or some other certifying agency before you can get it put in a slab with the attribution up on there.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone heard if Wexler's doing better?
He's doing better. He's up and about. He's looking at coins.
That's good.
He's doing his thing. But boy, we need him to survive another 20 years.
Ken, how many double dyes did you know existed in? I know you're a little bit younger than I am. Say in 19. You were born when?
67.
67. So you started collecting. So say in 87, 88, somewhere around there. How many real double dyes that you? I'm looking at Variety Vista, and they're insane. They're insane. The number of them.
Let me take a nap after this, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna. And most of these double dyes are so minor, I don't even look for them.
Back in the day, you had the 72 double die, you had the 69S double die, you had the 55 double die.
That was it.
That was, if it wasn't in the red book, there's no such thing. And even then, all you knew was 55 double die, and it looked like this. There's no explanation of why it's a double die, what made it that way, and why it's particularly distinctive and specific. Now we're getting information out. We're really explaining how these things happen, the processes involved. It takes a while to disseminate the information, but we're doing good on that.
That's what I like about your show, the way you do explain how, with all your props that you use too, it really does help people.
Ooh, I better pull some of those up. I keep them in a box here under the printer. There we go.
I mean, I was always looking for the 55 double die when I started collecting 11 years after the penny was minted. But I mean, today there's hundreds of varieties of double dyes, and it's almost like they're picking and choosing these things. I mean, they're so minor. They're not anything spectacular. I mean, the minor ones, the really super minor ones. Something like the 72, the 69S, even the 83, the of course the 55.
With a doubled ear.
Those are the big ones. But the other ones, I don't even bother with. I don't look for.
They're out there. Going through circulated coins, you're exposed to 50, 60, 70 years, plus all the mint marks, and you got pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. You got everything right there in circulation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what to look for and where to look and how to look. What your circulated coins are going to be more than anything else is really good practice. Honestly, most people have gone through boxes of coins and picked out dates and stuff, but not that many people have gone through an entire box and examined every coin in depth with a loupe. Because it takes a freaking month.
Yeah.
Dude, it takes weeks to go through a box. If I can do a box a month, that's huge, really. What do we got here?
Do you scope every coin, Ted? Or do you just scope the coins you know for a fact that have the double dice and varieties?
Pardon?
Do you scope every individual coin from a box, or are you just scoping the ones that you know for sure have varieties and errors?
I set them aside and get to them as needed. Beginning of the year is when I get my boxes, right? December, January, because that's where you get the best mix of coins. I call it the Christmas effect. People they go through the house and they take everything in the house and send it to the bank because they got to buy, stuff for their precious little snowflake. And I'll sort them. It takes, a month or two to sort, a dozen boxes. It's not a killer, but I put some pasta or something on the stove and boil it up. I'll sit over my table and sort. I get everything ready. Everything's laid out. I got a table just to sort pennies on. I probably have to change that towel because I ain't changed it in a couple of years, and I probably had to just throw that towel out, really. Anyway, I'll spread them into decades, and then I'll go, when I get through all the boxes, I'll split up the decades into years. So I got these crates on top of this shelf unit over here, just full of individual date coins, right, from 1960 all the way up. And then I'll pick out the best dates at a time. I'll go through, say, the 1998s, 99s, and 2000s first, and hunt for the best ones, the whams, right? I'll go through 1970, 1972, let's see, 1984, 97, 95, looking for particular varieties.
Double years and things like that, yeah.
Yeah, if it's going to have good RPMs. 1963, those don't last long. They're gone like quick because I've been hunting down a 63 DDO #1. But whams and cams, yeah, I get pretty good with those. 1988s are good years. And then you get down, the rest of the year, it's 2013. There's not a whole lot on them.
I try not to even look at any of the zincs except the 83, the whams, of course, and those I set into a pile. Every box I'm going through, I have a pile of 60. Well, for 69 S's, you're not going to find many. 72s are in a pile. The 98 through 2000s are in a pile. The 82s are in a pile, looking for the 82 double die, small zinc. I think I usually have like 6 piles up here, and then I scope them. I'll use a loupe sometimes, but I scope them. Just make sure I don't miss anything.
Yeah. On these newer dates, there are some double dies, but they're very minor because you're into the single strike, single hubbing.
Yeah.
But you have some, and they're going to show up typically on the letters RTY, sometimes in the date. Look for that doubled ear. On the reverse, you're looking at doubled or extra thickness on the designer's initials, extra thickness on the feet of the letters, right? You check the date, the E pluribus unum, and look for thinner devices because these are incused letters. If they were doubled, they'd be thinner.
Right.
And check that center line on that shield for extra metal. 2004, 5, and 6 are great years on your memorials. Let's see if I've got a memorial here.
I don't even look at them, Ken.
There you go.
Me myself, I don't even look at them.
I guess I'm in a bag here. What's it say on it? Oh, 2004 DDR. Good.
Good, you got it.
These are easy to find. You're going to find these. There are scores of different double dies on the reverse, and you're looking around the little man here. That's Abe Lincoln. And if you look at the side, I've got some extra metal showing up. It's a doubled column,
Right.
right? And you'll find these. This is probably the easiest doubled die to find. Here's another one down here. And it's different. This one's different than the above one. Now it looks like I've got two bits of die.
Two extra.
But you look for extra knees, you look for extra metal on either side, you look for, two heads, that sort of thing. See how these are different? And these are minor. These are class 8 double dies. It's because of a tilted hub. As the hub is coming into the die, all right, now the die's going to be flat, it's got a little tilt to it. So it kind of makes an impression and then snaps into place. And it's that tilt and correction
Right.
that gives it that extra bit of doubling, and it's minor. But you can find them, so that's a great way to practice. And if you can identify those on those 3 dates, you can identify all sorts of things. You'll be able to pick things out because you get into that level of detail where you start to see, that's why I haven't been finding anything, because I'm not giving it the level of detail, right? They look at Liberty, but they need to look at the shape of the bottom of the T, right? The shape of the bottom of the Y, or the thickness of the two sides of the Y, right? One thicker than the other. Or they want to look at, the inside of the circle of the 0 and look for points, like up top and up down bottom. And that's the level of detail they need to get into. And if they're not down into that level, they're going to miss a lot. So folks that aren't finding a darn thing, go deeper. You'll find it.
Ken, what is that coin that you got wrapped in paper?
Oh, I just picked it off the desk and showed off, what not to do.
Oh.
Don't ship your coins like this, and don't tape it across a piece of paper like an invoice.
Oh, God. I got a couple coins in the mail like that from a seller on eBay. Yeah. I sent them right back. I just immediately that day I went back to the post office and sent them back to them.
You're going to get people that are going to just do this to their coin and send it to, here you go. That's $7 shipping, worth every penny. How the hell do you get that out? How do you get this out when they do this? Do you cut? Because the coin is right there. You're a thickness of paper away. This is almost impossible to open these. If this comes into me, I send it back. Or you can just, slice and slash and the hell with it. Just take the hit.
I got a roll of uncirculated buffaloes 3.5 years ago, and I couldn't get it open. I mean, the guy was so good in taping this roll up. It was like a bomb squad. Oh my God, man!
Yeah, you know what hermetically sealed is.
That's what it was. It
sitting
was.
on the desk. It's a 2013, and this is probably nothing. That's it. That's the coin that was in that wrap. I probably looked at it. Look, see, there's a scratch from a razor trying to cut in.
Look what you did.
That's what you're gonna do. And Jesus, the hell with it. Send it back right now. All right, that goes in my junkie bucket. Let's close that up.
Yeah, I've got a couple of buckets where I've thrown some good coins in there, and I'm still looking for an 1890 dime that I had the other day. It's nowhere around here. But if you
barber here somewhere,
if you look at all this stuff, there's loose coins, Ken. Loose, just like your place, everywhere, just laying out. You can't do that. Should make a video just on this desk and what not to do.
Yeah, don't the back table, like it's I've lost control. It's a goner. But I got boxes of stuff I don't know what it is. What's this? This showed up the other day. There's a Canadian large cent. What is it? 1890H. Okay. Here's a 1930 Buffalo nickel in very fine. Yeah, okay. And stuff. I don't know what's in these boxes. Really, I pick up the desk and I just shove it in whatever box is handy. So then I got to find out what's in this box. Oh, it's a nice Franklin.
I think hoarders and coin collectors are synonymous with one another.
Yeah, what's this one? It's a real sharp Barber $50. Okay, where'd that come from?
Who knows?
Oh, now I know.
What's
Okay,
that?
it's a little fuzzy. I got that from Mantic. What's in here? We don't know what this is. Oh, shit. Oh, look. Oh, shit. Excuse my French. Where'd that coin from Hoogie go? Aha. Oh, you're gonna love this. Well, we found something. Okay, here's a scope. Let's get rid of these junkers. Okay, here's the coin Hoogie sent today, right? It's in plastic right now. There, look at. And that's a 1913 Type 1.
What am I? I'm on the wrong.
Type 2. Aha. Oh, we're gonna have to pull this off this week. Here, the big show this week is it's gonna have a 1913 Type 1, like Buffalo. Here's the front. Full date. Great shape. And you ready? This was just in my little box we found. All right, the day is just about gone, man. But you can tell it's a 1913 because it's a Type 1. There, look. Let's put these two together. Oh, I need the back. There. So on the top, you have a Type 1. And the bottom, you have the Type 2. Huh?
Mint mark on there?
Now, good Lord, that's in good condition. There's barely some words on there. But this is why they changed it, because this high point, the 5 cents would wear off. So they put in this exerg as your word for the week. If I can get that to show up. There we go. So this is the mound, Type 1. After a little while, they say, hey, this ain't working. We got to do it that way. And they have the line type. See, that's the big difference in these two. Type 1 on top, Type 2 down bottom. Aha. Well, that's a good find, I suppose. That's the kind of stuff I find on the desk here all the time. You know, I set it aside. I say, oh, I want to have that for a show. I'll put that here. That way, I won't lose it. Dude, there's 37 other things coming.
Yeah, you won't lose
You
it.
get buried in no time. Let's get my armrest fixed here. I'm having armrest issues. Yeah, this old chair is giving out. So I got a folded towel I lean on. There's Bill J. There, we got a Type 1 and a Type 2. Now all I'm going to do is keep these things together.
What the heck?
And
Take
we'll
them
have those.
forehead so you won't lose them.
I got a box here. It says Big Show. I'll put it in there. God knows how long it'll last. I better put that RPM Buffalo in there. Then I got this. Then this happens. See, I get to pulling out some coins, and then they get scattered. So I mean, I got. Let's look up here. We got that Woody we saw before. There's a couple of those Canadians, and I don't know what these are. We just had some double dies, so now I got to put these into this box so I can clean up my desk, and we'll get back to them another time. There. That's how I clean up my desk. So I get these boxes with stuff in it.
Ken,
Yep.
this was in a roll 4 boxes ago. This was in a roll that was protruding. I knew exactly what it was when I saw the roll. When I saw the Loomis roll, I said, oh, man, that's either somebody tried to elongate a coin, or I hope it's what I think it is, and that's what it is. How many would have to their counter? I don't know, because it is a little bit too long.
That's a peach.
No date, of course.
That's
Well,
fine.
you can narrow it down based on some of the design features,
Yeah.
and you can get to within a few years. Sometimes you get an exact year.
So why they have?
Between.
It's a wham.
Actually, the Whams, the 2000 Whams, there's a lot of them that are also off center. That's not at all uncommon.
There's a
It is kind of uncommon, but it's not unheard of.
bunch of them that have a light stripe too on the United States of America.
What's this?
Constantly find those.
Here's a nickel. 1953, yes. We used to get these all the time. And let's see if I can find my scope here. Back in the day, you could go down to the store, go down to the bank and say, I need 4 rolls of nickels, please. And in 4 rolls of nickels, you'd have 10 of them from the 50s, right? Mint marks, no problem. Probably be something in the 30s in there, and they look better than this. This is old. This is wore out, baby.
I think we averaged 35 to 45 war nickels in 1966 every bag.
I mean, they're everywhere. You couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting them things. But the silver and the dimes, quarters, it was all dried up by the late 70s.
It sure was.
Reiser says, you ready for this? He says, how about making a coin kitchen counter?
Hey, Riser, I'm gonna make one of the floors down here. Pennies.
Yeah, it's a 2-part epoxy. You can get it at Home Depot, Lowe's. It's
I'm gonna make
25, $30 a gallon. Would probably cover the best part of this desk, which is 5x3. For a room, it costs you a couple of $100, but it's going to hold up for a while. I went in. We were in. Where the hell were we? We're down at the Georgia Pacific plant down in Palatka, working on their kiln, and we got it done. And it's midday, and I'm thinking, oh, geez, why drive home immediately when they got all these banks right here in this town? So I, started hitting banks. Hi, can I get a box of pennies? Meanwhile, I got, hat from having a hard hat on. I got, shirt, jeans, boots. The chicks love the look. And I marched my sorry ass in there and said, hi, can I get a box of nickels? We're doing some work, and this guy wants to do his bar, right, with this epoxy coating on pennies so that the people can come in and say, oh, look, this is the year we were born. This is the year we got married. This is when we had our precious little snowflake. This is a great year. That's when I divorced my first wife. This is a great year. That's when I bought the house. This is when I got the boat. And this is when I sold the boat. And they ate it up. Well, you're going to send us pictures when you're done. Do you need another box? I said, yeah, you better, just in case. Make sure you give me mixed up coins so we can get, a good look on the bar. Yeah, I make up a lot of stories when I try to get coins. It's not your bank. Because the first thing do you have an account with us? No, actually, I don't live here. I'm just, but this is what we're trying to do. You tell them, the kids are in town, the nephews or the grandchildren are in town, and I need to get some pennies. You don't actually say why you need the pennies because the kids are in town. They hear kids, pennies, they figure, okay, the pennies must be for the kids, and they're a lot more forthcoming with those penny rolls. Good Lord, the stories. The story, you're going to make up stuff just to get rolls of pennies from the banks. Oh, come on, what is the world coming to? It's going to cost them an extra nickel or something to give out that roll of pennies. Just give me the freaking pennies.
I hate the question, why do you need them?
Do they ask you that? Well, if you deal with a bank for a lot of years, they don't. They see you walking in, they walk to the vault.
Go get the pennies. Is that freak again? Is that nut job? He's going to want like a box of pennies.
The question I get is, what do you want today, Paul?
What do you want?
2 boxes of nickels, 2 boxes of pennies, and 501s. Alrighty. I've got I'm blessed with the tellers at my bank. They're just fantastic people. Take them back in bags loose. They roll them for me, and I never receive the same coins back. And even if I did, I know because their coin wrappers don't have any any name on them.
Okay, here's one. This was on the desk and ended up in this box over here. I don't remember when I got it, but I got my notes, so it says how much I paid. Because it's handy to have those little notes. And let's have a look. It's in fine condition. There's a little mark over there on the left. Where's that stick? We get a little scratch right here. But for fine condition, I think we get away with that. This is some doo-doo. And it's at 11S. Aha. Looks like a bit of a mark across the head. That's not going to do it any favors either. But those early S mints, I can't keep them on the shelf. But if you get into the variety part of the hobby, you're going to know to check these things for a repunch mint mark. There are two different repunch mint marks that are known on 1911S. And this one is neither of them, unfortunately. That's pretty regular. Well, no matter. But you got to watch yourself with these things. It's your knowledge that's going to keep you from getting ripped off. Those early S mints, a lot of times they'll take a 1941 S and scratch off the sides of the 4 so it looks like 1911 S. Well, there's other features you want to look for, like the placement of the 1, right? It should be centered between the 9 and the 1 rather than shoved over to the side. And shouldn't have gouge marks on both sides. And then the style of the mint mark for 1911S is different from 1941S, where there are 2 mint marks used. Well, anyway, it's the stuff you got to know. Yeah, we'll put that up at an auction or something. Good Lord. I got a box here for auction, but it always ends up being, you know, the desk cleanup box. What else is in this box? This is a pretty good box. What's this? What's that? Oh, Christ. It's another. There's a Stone Mountain $50. And somebody took a buffing rag. Somebody took a Swiffer to it. I wish they wouldn't do that. Good shape. But you see all the little swirls, all the little lines?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I was taking Trey's dollar, which I don't know where that went. Well, I should find that. I really should find that.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't lose that one.
I wonder where that went. Well, no matter. I'll send him something. He'll be happy. Jeez, we'll find it. Okay, but we took his and said, look at the way this shines. Because if you have a cleaned coin, especially silver, it's going to reflect the light differently. It doesn't have that same cartwheel luster. Yeah, it'll shine. It'll reflect the light, but not the same way. It'll give you just a big white spot, a big white blinder. That's usually a hint that, you know, you want to give that some extra attention.
Yeah, it's more flat.
A good shape on it. Yeah, it's flat. It's dull. Now let me hit this button here. I got Polly put something up and it's not showing. There. I'm going to take a moment and hunt for that dollar. Gosh, what we should be right on top, right?
I just put 4 birth dates in the chat. If anybody has those birth dates, let me know. Kind of interesting here. I was just looking at 2 birthday notes I have, 07/24/1979, and I've got 07/04/1979. 1 digit off from being a matching serial number.
Well, it was here. There it is. Okay. Everything's under control as of right now. There. Now I have to put this someplace where I won't lose it. I'm figuring with the rest of this stuff will be the way to go. Where'd that, there. Put it right in here in his envelope. Scissors. You got to have all this stuff on your coin desk. There we go. I'll be able to find this. No problem at all. I always have the most important place. Okay, Trey, you'll get your coin back. I found it. You're good. Trey will kill me if I. What do you mean? Paula says Trey will kill me if I lose his Morgan. No, he'll kill me. He's not that far away. He will get in his parents' car and drive. He's 12 years old, but he's coming. Kick that door in. Lordy. Okay, listen up. We've got Coin Seminar Weekend is coming up, and I've got a couple more emails at least of people who have who asked to. What happened to that? Let me fix this screen again. Just a moment. Just a moment. There we go. People that have asked for time slots. Look, if you have a coin video channel, or if you just want to make a video and want to do a live show for this weekend's Coin Seminar Weekend, let me know immediately. There's an email address right beside my head, right? ktv@live.com. Get that in quickly. I've got to update the channel directory for that for today. And probably again tomorrow. Now we're going to start off. Where'd they go? Here we go. We got 2 prizes being given away, and we got to have you in there so you know what clue to give away if you're doing a video. Okay, let me see if I can fix this thing. Okay, the first thing we have, this is sent in by Blues Coins. It's a 1993 United States Mint Prestige set. It's a peach. Look, you get the original box. It's a little dusty because it's in my house. Let's see if we can see what's in there. You see the way everything kind of gets shoved? That's how I clean the desk. There we go. Look at it. Look at it. You get the original box, the original certificate of authority. You get the original cardboard. There it is. Look how shiny this is. There's no cat hair on there, right? We could take that out. These are not dog-eared. Sometimes these would be punched in if the box was dropped. There we go. James Madison. Dollar. There he is. Black and white. These are deep cameo proofs. You got the dollar and the half dollar. The half dollar is clad. The dollar is 90% silver.
What year is this, Ken?
1993.
93?
So these are all 93S. And we'll flip that and look at the back. And again, more cardboard. Clean. If it gets dusty, just take some tape to it like I do my face. Works out pretty good. There's the backs. So you got Montpelier, his house. On the back of this is a torch. And the rest of the coins are cut normal. Okay, that's from Blues. Ta-da! We thank Blues so very much. And we have this going out too. Ta-da! Somebody's going to win this. Now, to win these, you got to watch as many shows as possible. That's the whole idea, is to get you to watch these shows. Each show will have a clue, right? And if you have more clues, you have a better chance of winning this stuff, because the answer, the way to win this stuff, is going to be based on those clues. I use a ShamWow on my face. No streaks. Good thing. Get some Windex in there. Okay, what you got here is a Dansko album. It is number 8100. That's the big one, right? This has your Lincoln cents from 1909 all the way up to, well, usually it'll fit to 2016. That's all of them, right? That's your P, your D, and your S. It has the proof-only issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. It's about the biggest Dansko that they make. All right, look at it. It's, you know, one of those 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 coins per row, 6 rows, 36 coins per page. 36 times 9. This will fit 324 Lincolns, just about every darn one of them, right? It does not have slots for Let's see. Okay, it does. It's not. It's at the 22 plane. Let's see. It doesn't have slots for the matte proofs. Oh, there's a bird at the window. So it's the light is changing. It's got my attention. So I leave the light on at night because I'm here doing my thing, and the bugs come to the window where the spiders will ensnare them. And there's a lot of bugs. So in the daytime, the birds come to eat this, whatever's left. Okay.
You got sidetracked.
Yeah, they're just fluttering around. It does not have a spot for the 1955 double die. It does have a spot for the 70S large date and small date. It's got all the slots for all the 1982 varieties. 1979 Type 1 and Type 2. But not the 1981 Type 1 and Type 2. Huh? I'm always saying if these producers were to include the 98, 99, and 2000 WAMs of white AMs, because really it's a family of die varieties. That would increase the value of those coins dramatically. I mean, they'd be $20 a piece just by being added to a Whitman or a Dansko or an 18 Harris or the Littleton album. Okay, there's some handwriting. This is a used piece. There's some handwriting on the last page. If it's a problem, just paint it. It'll be good. There you go. Somebody's going to win that thing. Ta-da! This is a step up. When you get your Dansko, when you get that first Dansko, it's a step up from those Whitman folders. We got some here. There should be a buffalo here. I got it for Hoover. Here's something. Oh, there you go. You're stepping up. You're going from the $4 Whitman, which are good, right? And they fold out, and you get a couple, 3 of these, and they're pretty slick. And this is a great start, right? If you got a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, somebody in your family, this is a great start. But at some point, you evolve your collection, you advance as a collector, and you say, I'd like to get something more awesome. And that's where this stuff comes in. That's where these Danskos. See these little sliding plastic? They slide out. See that? So you see both sides of your coin. You see right through that. Here's my hand. Look. How many fingers am I holding up? Okay. There's Hoover. All right. These are wonderful. And the quality is superior. Let me pull these out. I can just do a show and talk all night just on what's here on the desk. Let's see. Here's one. Here's another one. There. You got your Whitmans, and they're pretty good, right? They're good, they're stiff, they're durable. On the outside, the cover here is what this is. It's just punched cardboard. And, it's pretty stiff. It's a pretty good quality paper that covers that. H.E. Harris, they do the same darn thing, and they're the same price, right? There you go. You put your pennies in there. But the outside paper, this glossy paper, it's much thinner. Dude, you want to take your coin out because, you got a better one. You got a really good chance of just shoving your finger right through because this paper is, can you hear it? It's a lot thinner. These are a little bit chintzier. They're kind of pretty, with that nice gloss. This is better. Okay, then you step up. And there's all kinds of different albums you can get. They used to make these, a library of coins. And Lincoln Cents, they had part 1, which is 1909 to 1940, right? Check this out. You got the sliders, which I have taken out for some reason. So you can see through them. And this is actually cloth. The binding here is cloth. So these are going to sit flat, and no matter what page you have it on. What's this?
You got some shiners in there, Ken.
Yeah. Okay. There we got all the little holders here. All right. And you can see both sides of your coin, which is wonderful. Look how shiny those are. What's the date on those? Oh, that's a 1947D. And there's the back of your 1947D. Yep. Somebody had taken this and put tape around the whole darn thing. And you see it's been there for a long time. It was a bear getting this apart. Oh boy, that one looks good. Yeah. I pick up partial or complete sets because, dude, you can find dye varieties in
You
these.
got one hanging, like second row. It's hanging. Yeah.
I get stuff falling out if I shake that book. I'm going to get that out. Surgery. This is where the toothpicks come in so darn handy. That's on the other side. There we go. Oh, this is neat. Watch this. When you pick up these sets, people put, when people assemble these sets, usually they have an eye on quality, so it's kind of neat. So you got some toners here. That's real colorful. And I just see this over here. That's a bit of a woody. So I have to check that. This is the one that was hanging. I'm going to press that in so it doesn't flop around anymore. Let's see. Don't stuff it. Don't just shove your finger on there. Put something between your finger and the coin when you shove it in there.
Yeah, fingerprints are forever.
Oh God, that's just a darn shame when you see that. And I know we could find one. 1953, no, 1955S. Big fat fingerprint right across it because somebody went blank. No. Okay, these are pretty good. They sit flat, but it's also partial. You only get 41 to 74. Dansko, you got them all. You got the entire set right there, and you can also get replacement pages, right? So you can replace the one where somebody wrote in it. I hate somebody else's writing on pages. What, you can't just look at the damn coin and say, "Oh, it's 2010." It says right there on the coin. No, I got to write that in with my freaking hand scratching because my OCD's killing me. Well, print something. All right. These are pretty good. I find when these get really old, this cardboard tends to start to get flaky. Got one here somewhere doing just that. I might never find it. Well, I don't see it. Oh, but here's a couple of other styles. Okay, you got the Whitman, right? The little cardboard. They're nice. And they made these for a time back in the 50s and 60s. And these are Whitman bookshelves. And they're kind of nice. It's the same idea, except they have the pages. They don't have removable pages. It's bound. It's meant to go on your bookshelf. It looks like a freaking book. Look at it. That's what you'd see from your bookshelf. This is number 24. And this covers 1941 through, we don't know. So this is actually printed before 1974. What do you got? 1966 is the last date. So this is probably printed sometime between 1967 and 69. Yep. And again, it's a more complete collection. Not everything's in there. Alrighty. People love these. These are wonderful. This is in between, the cardboard and the Dansko, or the cardboard and the full-blown Whitman. Aha. See, Whitman makes these too. Let's see. 9112 is the number on that one. And this one has 1909 to 1995. And they've got different dates on these things because they reprint them every few years to add more coins.
Ooh, nice.
In here. Okay, this is looking pretty complete. Yep, I've got a lot of the proofs are in here. What's that one? Here's your 81S. Okay, 70S small date and large date. And again, you have the two pockets. These are real decent, right? You can get these for 20, 24 bucks. They're solid. They'll get you home. They got the removable pages, right? All the slides. They're a little bit smaller than the Dansko. Let me line up the back edge and back corner. They're a little smaller than the Dansko, and I think a little bit less durable. The Dansko's a better quality. Whitman's half the price. These Danskos will set you back 35, 45, $50.
There's another company too, Ken, that makes the albums like this. I can't remember the name of them though.
H.E. Harris makes a kind.
Is that it? Yeah, AC Harris, I think. They're reasonably priced and they're pretty good books.
Okay. There's your Lincoln Whitman, 1909 to 1995. And they got different dates. And then here's the Whitman bookshelf, which they used to make. Okay. And H.E. Harris, they make them little things. And they're okay. Now to make these. This is the official U.S. Mint album. And they're produced by H.E. Harris. There we go, H.E. Harris and Company. And check these out. You get the same pockets, right? You get the same little classic slides. This one goes to 2002. So this is probably a 15-year-old folder, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. So it'll reach up to about 2016 with P and D, right? Better quality than the Whitmans, right? A little more durable, but check out the corners. You get the plastic corner tabs. These are wonderful. This is going to make them last. If you put these up on the shelf and take them down, you see how it gets dog-eared? I mean, this thing is from the mid-60s, you figure? Is that right? Yeah. That's from probably 1970, perhaps. Hell, I'm from 1970, thereabouts. This is as old as me. And over time, they get a little dog-eared. Shucks. It's a shame to spend good money on these things and have them wear out. Why not have it that's going to last forever? Really, the only way to get a better one is have CJ print you one. Just solid. Drop the cord on the top and forget about it. But these little, these are wonderful. I'd love to see Dansko add the corner tabs. They're steel. They're fancy. You can get them in gold, right? Put some mother of pearl in there. Get them custom made. Okay, and that's the official U.S. Mint. The Mint, I think they still sell them. I don't know. No price on here. Why 2 stickers? Did you have 2 government workers working on this? Everybody's gonna have
Ken, I'm getting out of here.
Pardon?
Dinner time. I'm gonna get.
Okay, guy. I'll let you go. Look, it's 6 o'clock over here. Coming up at 8:30, 2.5 hours from now, we have coin Q&A.
All right, you too.
I'll talk about that for a bit. Thanks, Paulie, for hanging out.
All righty. Good night.
You make every day brighter just by being it, baby.
Yeah, okay, Ken. Love you, man.
All right, let's find this. Here, I can see this thing. There's me and Cindy. Okay, coin Q&A is coming up tonight. People send in pictures of coins, right? And there's a blog page somewhere here. This it? No. Paul probably has put this link up 17 times already. I'm going to take you to the screen. There we go. I got a blog. It's called the 1 Million Pennies Project. And over here on the right, you got 2 things you got to click. One is right here, this corner, this picture with the 3 pennies. And that'll take you to Coin Seminar Weekend information. That's this page you're looking at. Right? And we got a theme this week. It's back to basics. If you'd like to do a show, get a hold of me at this email. One person wrote in the comments, put me in for Saturday the 18th at 5 o'clock. Who was it? Oh, okay. Well, somebody might be doing a show at 5 o'clock on Saturday about the 55 DDO, but I don't know who it is or what, how to send them a clue. Okay. Well, there it is. This is the current lineup, and it's a little thin, but it's going to pick up real fast in the next 2 days. Okay, the next one is over here on the right. Right, you're going to have live Q&A. Ta-da! I'm going to change this picture. I think it's kind of dull. It works. Send in your pictures, and look, here's an email address, checkmycoin@yahoo.com. And this week's host, I try to update this each week. It can take several days before it's updated, so check it, Thursday. Check it Wednesday, maybe it's updated. This week's host channel is going to be Paula Bloom. You know her as Paula Bloom over here in chat. Okay, and she's going to start at 8:30 Eastern, which is 5:30 over there on the West Coast for all you Westerners. Okay, but check your photos, send them in. Now, I know every one of you can take a perfect selfie, right? You're driving down the road, 68 miles an hour, bumper to bumper traffic. You got a hamburger in one hand and a phone taking a selfie in the other, and it's perfect. So when you send in photos or coins, dude, they should be at least as good as a 69-mile-an-hour hamburger photo. Have them upright, right? Upright instead of cocked. Have a clear, crisp shot. Right? Give me the whole coin, not just the area of interest, but the whole coin, because a lot of these folks that are going to be on the panel can get a lot of information just by seeing the entire coin. Right? So show me that whole coin. I wonder if you can see that. Let's see. Yeah, the whole coin. There you go. Don't give it to me like this. Don't give it to me half off the screen. Give me the whole coin. Front and back, and then a good clear shot with as close as you can of the area of interest that you're asking about. And give me a question. Hey man, what's going on with this guy's head? That's a better question than what do you think? Because I think I'll move on. So that
Already sent in a question.
pardon?
Already sent in an email.
You did. You can
Yeah.
you give us a sneak peek and tell us what you're talking about.
It's a dime that my boyfriend's brother, he actually is not a coin collector, but he held on to it for 2 years. And it's something is struck on the back, and I think it's a 72 dime, but I don't see any clad layering on the reading, and it weighs 2.4.
2.4 is within reason. I think you got point .1 is the leeway on those strikes. We'll take a look at that and we'll answer questions. But give us a good clear shot. Give me the whole coin front and back, and ask a specific question. And we're gonna
I
tear it
did the
apart.
best I could. My scope, it only goes up so high to get the whole coin, but I got close on the back where it struck.
Hey, we're coin collectors, not photographers, so we understand if the photo's not perfect, but do the best you can.
Yeah, I figured it'd be interesting to talk about anyway.
Yep. I'm reading over here in chat. Paula, did you get Polly's book?
Yes, she did. I saw it.
Uh-huh. Polly has a book out there. It's about haunted houses or something. Uh, Buy it and make him famous, will you?
I actually want to buy it myself. Pretty good.
Okay. There we go. So we got Coin Seminar weekend. We got Coin Q&A. Starts in 2.5 hours. So I got to have a nap and set the alarm and have somebody call me.
Yeah, you need a nap so you don't get cranky.
Me, cranky? I've been like that a while. But one of the girls back at a restaurant I worked at, she said, I like working with you, but you're grouchy. And she wandered off. What do you mean, grouchy? Get back here. Oh, I let her have it. What are you going to do? Well, anyway, folks, there, look what we got, okay? Coin Seminar weekend. If you want to win this, do you want to win this? You want to win this? Look at it. Look at it. Would you just look at it? We're going to give this stuff away. You want to be in here for that. I will not take a nap. I will not pass go. I will not collect $200. I will make another pot of coffee extra strong and slug it down right before the show. Quick. It'll work. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. I got to I got to go get some bread, some milk, check the mail, that sort of thing. And something else I had to do. What was it? I don't know. I got to get a notepad to write down things that I don't want to forget. And then I got to make a note on where to keep that notepad because we'll go from there. Cindy, thanks for stopping in, huh?
All right. You stay
You
free.
stay groovy.
Bye.
Okay. Amanda has just shown up in chat. Where have you been? I ain't seen you for 2, 3 weeks here. I'm jonesing. Need my Amanda McCarthy fix. 8:30 tonight, Paula Bloom's channel, Coin Q&A. If you're not there, you're not groovy. I'm going to take off, guys. See you later.